Bethlehemites, or Bethlemites, is a name that has many different meanings. Inhabitants of Bethlehem. Its original significance was that of an inhabitant of Bethlehem in Judea. It is used in this sense to refer 3 times to David's father, Jesse the Bethlehemite, in the first book of Samuel, and is used also in the second book of Samuel with reference to another inhabitant of the same town. Members of a religious order. Members of 4 Catholic religious orders have been known by that name. One of them has recently been restored to existence. The other 2 are extinct. 13th century order in England. The author of an article in the 1907 Catholic Encyclopedia says that, in his Grande Chronique, Matthew Parrott mentions that Henry III of England authorized an order of Bethlehemites to open a house in a suburb of Cambridge in 1257, but he leaves us in complete ignorance as to the founder, where they originated, and the history. We only know that the habit was similar to that of the Dominican order, and that a red star, whose 5 rays emanated from an azure center, decorated the breast of the cape. This was in commemoration of the star that appeared to the Magi and led them to Bethlehem. This order is not to be confused with the military order of the Crusaders of the Red Star, who came from Palestine to Bohemia in 1217, where Blessed Agnes of Bohemia confided 2 hospitals to the charge. They have since remained in that country, where they devote themselves to the care of the sick, to education, and to the various works of the ecclesiastical ministry. The author states that nothing further is known of this order, which he describes as a military order. He thus fails to indicate if it was connected with the Order of Our Lady of Bethlehem, which was entrusted in 1247, under the same king. The London hospital that later became known as Bedlam. This property had been donated to the Bishop of Bethlehem, and members of the new Order of Our Lady of Bethlehem wore a star on the cloaks to symbolize their obeisance to the bishopric of Bethlehem. This order was founded in the 13th century, and its members were known as the Bethlehemites. 15th century stillborn military order. On the 18th of January 1459, following the taking of Constantinople by the Turks, Pope Pius II founded the Knightly Order of Our Lady of Bethlehem for the defense of the island of Lemnos, which Cardinal Ludovico Trevisan, Patriarch of Aquileia, had recaptured from Muhammad II. The island was to be their headquarters, whence they were to oppose the attacks of the Muslims by way of the Aegean Sea and the Hellespont. The order was composed of brother knights and priests governed by an elective headmaster. The white costume worn by the members was decorated with a red cross, and the rule prescribed for them was very similar to that of the Knights of St. John of Jerusalem. That the needs might be supplied, the Pope turned over to them the property and revenues of the Order of St. Lazarus, the Order of St. Marie du Château des Bretons, the Order of Bologna, the Order of the Holy Sepulchre, the Order of Santo Spirito in Sassia, the Order of St. Mary of the Crossed Friars, and the Order of St. James of Lucca, suppressing all these orders for this purpose. He alluded in a bull to this foundation and the bravery of its knights, but the second capture of Lemnos by the Turks rendered the institution useless. Thus the Order of Our Lady of Bethlehem was suppressed almost as soon as founded, and those orders whose goods the Pope had transmitted to it were re-established. 17th century Bethlehemite Brothers. The Order of Bethlehemite Brothers are a religious institute founded in Guatemala in 1653 and restored in 1984. It was the first to be founded in the Americas, and the last religious order with solemn vows to be approved anywhere by the Church before the changes introduced by the 1917 Code of Canon Law were founded by Pedro de Betancourt, from the Canarian. Their official name is Order of Bethlehemite Brothers, or Bethlehem Brothers. They are also known as the Order of the Brothers of Our Lady of Bethlehem. In 2007, the order had 17 members, living in a single community at La Laguna, in Tenerife, Canary Islands. 20th-century monks and sisters of Bethlehem. The monastic family of Bethlehem, of the Assumption of the Virgin and of St. Bruno, is a Roman Catholic religious order with Carthusian spirituality founded on November 1, 1950, at St. Peter's Square, Rome, following the promulgation of the dogma of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary into heaven, by the inspiration of a small group of French pilgrims. The monastic sisters were founded in France soon after, and the monastic brothers in 1976. Inmates of the Bedlam Hospital are madmen in general. In 1247, a property in London donated to the bishopric of Bethlehem was entrusted to a new order of Our Lady of Bethlehem. Under Edward III, the institution thus set up passed into the hands of the English crown, and became known as the Bethlehem Royal Hospital. It is Europe's oldest psychiatric hospital, and the word Bethlehemite used for its inmates came to be used generically for madmen. Hussites. The name Bethlehemites has sometimes been given to the Hussites of Bohemia, because the leader, Jan Hus, preached in the Bethlehem Chapel in Prague.